Hello, everybody. Steve Tober from Anthony J. Verducci Field at the Seton Hall campus in West Orange. We're at the Prep, bringing you a baseball segment on the past, the present, the future, looking ahead to the state tournament. Some special guests on this edition, brought to you by 360 Fitness in Fairfield.
Check out the newest state-of-the-art health club and training facility, 360 Fitness. We are a full-service family fitness center at a 30,000 square foot facility. 360 Fitness offers a full line of brand new life fitness equipment, hammer strength equipment, plus personal training and group fitness classes like spin and Zumba. Our turf fields offer sports-specific training areas. We partnered up with Test Football and Sports Academy to give the most intense training in the area for baseball, lacrosse, soccer, football, basketball, speed and agility, and more. Watch your kids train from the comfort of our waiting room. Try us free for a week. 360 Fitness, Greenbrook Road, Fairfield.
And welcome back to Sideline Chatter Spotlight, everybody. I'm Steve Tober with a legendary coach, Mike Shepard Sr. We're at Seton Hall Prep in West Orange, Coach, but you started your career, your long career, as a Seton Hall Prep player back at the university, way back on their property, way back.
In the 50s. I graduated from the Prep in 54 and the university in 58. 8 years on the same campus. I loved it.
And, of course, there's the great Essex County Mike Shepard Field, the old Ivy Hill Park named after you, which is a great honor.
I'll tell you, that's where I started out playing. We didn't have Little League ball. That's where we played. We played CYO and that type of thing. And it was especially meaningful to me for that reason.
And Coach Shepard, 998 wins at Seton Hall University in a long distinguished career from 1973 to 2003. And you talk about that many victories. Is that more prideful, or the fact, combined with your three sons who coach, you guys have 2,000 wins?
That's terrific. I'm not counting, but I'm so proud of my sons. There's not too many families that have a guy coaching like Mike, the oldest guy here at the Prep, and then John at Morristown Beard, who does a hell of a job as sort of an unsung coach. And, of course, Robert at the Prep is doing a great job in the Big East, has won the Big East a couple of times. So I'm very, very proud of those guys. And, you know, there's a legacy of teaching baseball that comes with them.
Yeah, there's a routine, there's a precision. Baseball is an uncompromising game. It takes a lot of repetition, a lot of patience, and maybe young people today don't always have that. They go for other sports, but baseball lives on, for certainly in your family.
I think I was more of an art coach, you know, and they're more like scientists. You go to their practices, there's not a wasted moment. There's individual attention to certain players, and they work on the aspects of the game that they may have failed in the last game, but their practices are just so well run. They're tough.
Yeah, Mike Jr. here at Seton Hall Prep, over 600 wins. John at Morristown Beard. But it had to be also prideful that Rob, I remember going back those days at Immaculate Conception when he first started off in high school, coaching at Seton Hall University and doing a really bang-up job. Yeah,
well, he earned his spurs. He started out at Immaculate, which was tough, and tried to revive that program. And he's been with us in the American Legion. I think he was 12 years my assistant coach before he became the head coach, and that's now 10 years ago, Steve.
And Coach, some 30 major leaguers and during your career at Seton Hall University, John Valentin, Mo Vaughn, Craig Biggio, Charlie Paleo, some people might not remember, a fine pitcher, Rick Cerrone, the names go on. I know Matt Morris, I used to cover when he was with the New Jersey Cardinals in minor league baseball, working up there, and Johnny Morris too, Rich Morris, the great communication director here at the Prep's brother. I mean, it's a great lineage.
Yeah, you know them all. Cerrone was the first one, the standard bearer, and we even have Tony DeFrancesco, a major league manager. So, and we got Dana Brown as a general manager. So I have them at all areas of the game. And do you know that the coach of Manhattan and the coach of Fordham and the coach of St. John's are all my guys?
Of course, Eddie Blankmeyer in the family, a son-in-law, and you got Ted Fiore, your brother-in-law.
Yeah, Ted was people know him as a basketball coach, but he was a great baseball player and coach too.
Well, Coach Shepard, it's been great seeing you here at the Prep. Some great baseball lineage and family atmosphere. Mike Shepard Sr., legendary coach at Seton Hall University, and best the future with you and wife Phyllis and the family. And thanks for stopping by.
Thank you so much, Steve.
Coach Mike Shepard, Seton Hall University. We'll be back with more on Sideline Chatter Spotlight right after this.
Check out the newest state-of-the-art health club and training facility, 360 Fitness. We are a full-service family fitness center at a 30,000 square foot facility. 360 Fitness offers a full line of brand new life fitness equipment, hammer strength equipment, plus personal training and group fitness classes like spin and Zumba. Our turf fields offer sports-specific training areas. We partnered up with Test Football and Sports Academy to give the most intense training in the area for baseball, lacrosse, soccer, football, basketball, speed and agility, and more. Watch your kids train from the comfort of our waiting room. Try us free for a week. 360 Fitness, Greenbrook Road, Fairfield.
Steve Tober on Sideline Chatter Spotlight. We're back with John Kroger, an associate scout for the Cincinnati Reds and a keen observer of the New Jersey high school baseball scene. And John, we'll take a look at the upcoming state tournament a little bit. Let's start off in Group 1. Middlesex, a team which has really been rising on the scene, and there's some other contenders as well.
Yeah, I've seen Middlesex a couple times this year already, and they look very strong offensively. And Anthony Carey, a junior pitcher, I think with him and Tommy Marcinzik, who's also going to Rutgers, left-hander, so you get a righty and a lefty. They're going to be a very strong team in Group 1.
How about Cedar Grove, a team which has had a few injuries, a couple of key ones actually. Andrew Neely, their fine third baseman and closer, pitching-wise. But in North 1, Group 1, a team in North Jersey perhaps has a very good everyday lineup.
I haven't really seen Cedar Grove yet. I read about them, and hopefully I can get to see them in the GNT if they make it to the final 8 or so. But that Group 1 North is it's up for grabs. I thought pretty much think at this time.
How about Group 2, Mahwah, a team which has really been rolling the last couple of seasons. Tell us about the Thunderbirds.
14-0 right now. I talked to Dougie Sinella last night, and he feels very strong that they can not only do well in Group 2, but in the Bergen County tournament, where they'd have to face some really good teams like Bergen Catholic and St. Joe's of Montville.
Surprising team out of Bergen County, Rutherford, has raised some eyebrows.
Yes, 14-1. Last year they made the Final Four in Bergen County, in the Bergen County tournament, and that's definitely a team that I really believe can do very well from the north.
And in Essex County, 2 neighboring schools, Caldwell and West Essex, well-coached clubs and teams that could be ones to watch.
We just talked about this a couple of minutes ago, how the record really doesn't tell all about West Essex. I mean, they got a very tough schedule, playing in a predominantly Group 3, Group 4, conference, and playing a lot of those teams up top. And Scott Uliano, tremendous coach, very young pitching staff, and that's it wouldn't surprise me one bit if they can get to the Group 2 final.
And Caldwell has an excellent ace in Colin Bonner, their senior right-hander. Let's look at Group 3, a program you're very familiar with, Dennis McCaffrey's Cranford team, defending champion, and certainly one to watch again.
Yeah, I think Dennis, we spoke a couple of times about it, and he plays game by game. If he has enough pitching, I don't know if he has enough pitching to get all the way to the finals. Ryan Williamson, outstanding left-handed pitcher who signed with North Carolina State. They are undefeated to this point. But then you get down to the final 4 teams in the state. He's going to probably face teams like Delsey. If Brian Dobzhansky, many people know him from wrestling. He's lights out if he can pitch. Sometime, if he's pitching the state finals, if they can get that far. There's Group 3's up for grabs.
How about Group 4, a team from the South? People are starting to notice Eastern.
Eastern, yeah, they have a pitcher there, Steve Priolo. He's a real good ball player, on the hill. And I still like Washington Township. I mean, Billy Alvaro, he really strengthened his schedule. And their ace pitcher, Billy Grubb's been out. He just started. He threw 1 inning the other day. And if he gets back on the hill with them, them and Middlesex, to me, are the 2 best hitting teams I've seen. Besides maybe even Bergen Catholic you can throw in there. They're going to score runs, and Washington Township definitely has that's my pick right now. I really think they're going to be the team to beat down south.
And up north, a team which used to be Group 3, they won the section 2 years ago in North 2, now in Group 4, Milburn under Brian Chapman.
Yep, Group 4 is going to be really, I think it's all about matchups. You can even throw Bloomfield. I don't know if they can win this section, but you don't want to play them with Torres pitching. I saw him one night. He was in the low 90s, and then he threw a shutout the other day. And you get a team like Bloomfield in the first or second round. he could stop you and upset you.
Bloomfield also with a great position player in Rutgers-bound Mike Carter Jr. in center field. Let's move to non-public A. So many great teams are Gloucester Catholic, I guess, considered right now at the top.
Put them in a hat. You know, Coach Salvano from St. Joe's in Montvale feels really confident with his number 2, Mike Warren. He's going to have to use him because Kaminsky can't pitch every game. Plus, you know, you have that Bergen County tournament on that weekend right before the states. And, you know, you're going to need more than 1 or 2 pitchers to win that in that parochial A.
And you look at a couple of North Jersey teams we're familiar with, Seton Hall Prep and Del Barton. How do you like those two team champions?
I'm impressed with Seton Hall Prep's outfielders. They're very fast. If their pitchers come through for them, Tyler Brandon threw the other day. I saw him against Uni, threw well. Scaramella and Kevin Mahala. I mean, I think they have enough pitch, and this team, sky's the limit with Seton Hall Prep.
Other teams, St. Joe's, Metuchen, Bishop, Eustis. There's just so many people north and south.
Yeah, I think Gloucester Catholic and St. Augustine's down, you know, they're going to end up some way, shape, or form facing each other. And Gloucester Catholic's is so deep on the hill. You know, that's their Kaminsky down South Jersey is Mike Schwarn. He's just lights out. You know, I mean, 94 miles an hour the other night against St. Joe's when he threw the no-hitter. And this Saturday, it's Rob Kaminsky's going to be pitching against Mike Schwarn in Boulders Stadium in New York, which is going to tell a lot.
And John, non-public B, the final group. I almost wish there were some of those non-public A teams could drop down, but Marist, who won last year, actually playing in the South, Newark Academy in the North. Could we see a repeat of those two in the final?
I love Matt Ratner. I think anytime he takes the hill, and Luttrell also at Marist are good. I just think they're just Newark Academies this year. If Ratner's throwing, they're going to be the team to beat in parochial B.
Well, John Kroger, Associate Scout for the Reds, thanks for stopping by. When we come back, we'll have more on Sideline Chatter Spotlight.
Check out the newest state-of-the-art health club and training facility, 360 Fitness. We are a full-service family fitness center at a 30,000 square foot facility. 360 Fitness offers a full line of brand new life fitness equipment, hammer strength equipment, plus personal training and group fitness classes like spin and Zumba. Our turf fields offer sports-specific training areas. We partnered up with Test Football and Sports Academy to give the most intense training in the area for baseball, lacrosse, soccer, football, basketball, speed and agility, and more. Watch your kids train from the comfort of our waiting room. Try us free for a week. 360 Fitness, Greenbrook Road, Fairfield.
Back on Sideline Chatter Spotlight, Steve Tober with Milburn coach Brian Chapman. And coach, your first year in Group 4, North through Group 4 should be an exciting tournament for you.
Absolutely. We've been following the section closely. Obviously, there's a lot of teams that are new to us. And so we've gotten out and scouted and gotten to see some teams that we're not accustomed to seeing during the year. There's some terrific ball teams in there, some great pitchers that make teams that maybe don't have a great record that you might not know about, very dangerous teams. So it's a good section.
Teams like Watchung Hills have risen up, and you have some old standbys. You never know. Westfield has struggled a little bit regular season, but you can never count them out.
Westfield, like most of the teams in Group 4, have a quality number 1 that they can put out. So in a one-game tournament, single elimination, they're a very dangerous team. Perth Amboy has an excellent pitcher. Bayonne is a very good team in that section. North Hunterdon, everyone from that Skyline Conference seems to just be pumping out kids, you know. So we know we have our hands full, but we're just going to concentrate now one game at a time, which is our practice typically.
Coach, still a very young ball club you have. 3 of your top 4 starters are underclassmen on the pitching rotation. A lot of guys around the field. Are you a year early with this team? Because you're playing awfully well.
Well, yeah, I mean, we had gotten off to a little bit of a slow start defensively, and I think that we seem to be turning the corner there. We don't really get tied up in grades as much as we do. This is an experienced team now. Even these 11th graders that you mentioned, they've been with the varsity for 1 and 2 seasons already. So I don't think in high school baseball you can kind of look to the future. You never know what's going to happen from year to year. So we're focused on the now and just trying to get a win every day and get better every day.
It seems like the top of your order has done very well. Favio, Maya have really done a nice job setting the table.
They sure have. Actually, I was looking today. I was surprised. Nicky also has 15 RBI, which is a big number. Milo Freeman, our 3-hitter, we keep joking that he needs to buy those 2 guys something. I think they have about 50 runs scored between them, and he has 27 RBI. So he's certainly very happy with what they're doing, getting on base for him.
The Super Essex Conference season has been great. You guys, Seton Hall Prep, of course, Montclair, a team you've seen recently. Some really good baseball in the SEC.
There always is. I just feel like with this new PowerPoint system, we're kind of hamstringing each other. You know, everyone's beating everyone, and when I look around the state at the different PowerPoints, I wonder if we're doing it wrong by front loading our schedule and playing so many league games early. But you're right. There's some terrific teams, some great coaches in the Super Essex Conference, and we're just glad to be a part of such a great league.
And you try to do, like a lot of great coaches do, play a good independent schedule. You played Middlesex recently, and you're trying to build up, and that's going to help you. Wins and losses are one thing, but you got to have a schedule to beat these kids up a little bit.
I agree. You know, the thing is, we never get a break. So a lot of teams that schedule heavy on their out of conference can hold a pitcher, but with our league being as competitive as it is, we're typically throwing out our 4 or 5 on the weekends because we need to put our 1, 2, and 3 on conference teams. There's no free ride, no free pass in the Super Essex. So we've taken a couple hits in the non-conference games, but I think the kids have enjoyed seeing teams from different regions and different areas, and just getting to see some of the great talent that we have around the state.
Well, Coach Chapman, good luck the rest of the way in the state tournament and in the future. Hope you enjoyed this segment of Sideline Chatter Spotlight, brought to you by 360 Fitness. I'm Steve Tober.